Good day, everyone. Thank you for watching for this video tutorial. This will be my 47th video tutorial, and it's been a while creating a video in this channel. So today I'll be showing to you how to create an EC2 instance, or basically launch an EC2 instance in AWS. So EC2 instance is more like a virtual private server wherein the operating system is either Windows Server, Ubuntu, CentOS, Debian, so something like that. So virtual private server are most commonly used when you are deploying websites, web applications such as Laravel, Node.js, React.js, PHP, and uh, and more. So today we're going to tackle with AWS. So you need to sign in with the AWS console. So if you don't have any account yet, please create before into this video. So let's have sign into the console, and then you could sign in on the way that you have set up your account, but for my side I'm using a root user. Okay. After signing up or logging in, you'll be able to see the console home wherein you would see the recently visited components on AWS, and you can see that I have been accessing EC2 uh, previously. So if you don't find EC2 in your recently visited, then you need to click these services and then check for EC2, or you could type here in the search field EC2. So let's go and click that. So in the EC2 dashboard, here at the left side, there's a navigation bar sidebar wherein you could click with the instances. So I have created earlier a sample server, and I have already terminated it. So as for the free tier of the AWS, you're be able, or I mean you're allowed to create two instances at the same time, but that doesn't cost anything. So if you happen to like create a third one, then AWS will charge you for that. So now we're going to launch an instance, and then we're going to name it as web server. So here in the application in OS images, you'll find yourself having this list of operating systems that server type operating systems that you'll be able to use. So for the free tier, we're going to use the Ubuntu, and make sure to use uh, the most recent, I think, is the 24, but you could have the 22 as well, as long as it's tagged as free tier eligible. So after that, you need to set up your new K pair. So this is for accessing the virtual private server via SSH. So you need to create a new pair and then have it named. So we have we'll name it as web server K pair. And the other stuffs like K pair type, private K file format, we'll leave it at as is, and then click this create K pair. So now it will download the PEM file, and make sure to store it or keep it on on the directory that you're most comfortable with, and make sure to not lose this PIM file, since this is just one time generation, so you cannot generate it again. So once you don't have any copy of that, then you'll not be able to access it via SSH. So here at the network settings, so for example, on your virtual private server or this EC2 instance, you're going to deploy a web app or web application. So you need to allow the HTTPS traffic from the internet, and also allow the HTTP traffic from the internet. And apart from that, you need to allow as well. For example, if you want your server to be pingable, or you be able to ping your server, so you need to add the security group rule inside the inbound security group rule. So in the type, you need to select the all ICMP IP version 4, and then uh, you need to click the source type as anywhere, so that you'll be able to ping the IP version 4. And for example, you're going to access your MySQL that was deployed on your virtual private server, then that's something you need to add on your security group rule as well. So custom TCP 3306 is the port of your, for example, MySQL port. And then let's have the source type as anywhere. And then that's it for the network settings. As for the configure storage, we are allowed to create the virtual private server or have the virtual private server as maximum 30 gig for the free tier. So now we're going to have that, and the rest will keep it as is. And now we're going to select the launch instance. So while waiting for our instance to be successfully created, you need to download the Mobox term, which is an X server and its client, um, to be able to access your virtual private server. So now let's go first on our instances, and we have the name web server. Click on the ID, and here you'll be able to see the IPv4 address. We're going to copy that, and let's try hitting the ping. So let's ping our IP, and then dash t. Okay, now we're able to ping it. So basically, it works. So right now, uh, we're going to access it via SSH. So let's open Mobox term. I have already installed it here in my computer, and then we'll add it a session, and then SSH. Copy the private public IPv4, and then specify the username. The username most likely will go to Ubuntu. I mean, the username set is Ubuntu. And then click for advanced SSH settings. Click use private key. Open your private key, and then hit OK. So now, this is how it looks like when you access the VPS at the first time. So we need to update the apt-get. So apt-get update. So for us to test the uh, virtual private server, or our Ubuntu, we need to uh, install Apache. So let's try installing it. So sudo apt install Apache 2, and then sudo systemctl Apache 2 start. I think it's start Apache 2, and then we'll have the status. So now it's running. So let's have it access here in our um, browser. So HTTP. So now you'll be able to access your virtual private server. So this is basically the Apache 2, wherein you could deploy your PHP native PHP project or Laravel, and then yeah, that's basically it, and how to deploy or launch an instance and create a virtual private server. Thank you guys, and make sure to like, subscribe on this channel for more videos.